Because one of the most depressing things that you can see is when you go to these tournaments and it's the first time somebody's picked up a sharp sword and they're going for those cuts and they're woo, ha, 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 thunk, and it sticks in the tatami mat. It's very, very depressing. So make sure you at least have the basics down so that way you don't embarrass yourself, I think is the best way to say it. We're going to be talking about the tatami mat, how to roll it, and stay towards the end. And I'll tell you how I prepare mine. All right, so first let's talk about what the tatami mat is. This mat is made out of Japanese long grass reeds. It was used historically by Japanese people to test their katanas. It's also a good way to practice your focus is learning how to roll these. So we're going to start with that. Now we're going to fold it in half first off, but we're not going to fold it in half exactly in half. So what we're going to do, take the edge that's the most frayed, which is usually the edge that's cut. We're going to take that all the way up, just about a hand breadth on the end. That's going to allow us to get a really tight roll, which is going to be the most important part of this process. So hopping over here, hi dog. What we're going to do, you're going to start with your end. Move it this way so you guys can kind of. So we're going to start with this end. We're going to take it, we're going to bunch it up as tight as we can. We're going to roll it a little bit to get it started. This is the most important part of tatami rolling. If you don't get a very tight end right there, you're not going to get a very tight mat and you'll never be able to cut it. On the other side, we're going to grab ourselves a rubber band. Doesn't really matter what type. Some people like to use string. I think historically that's what they did. But these are a little bit easier in our modern context. Grab that super tight, roll over the top, put a double, maybe a triple roll this one to get it there on the end of the mat. At this point, we can move to the other side. We'll grab that side. And this is going to stay intact now that we have that rubber band on there. Once we have it down there, we're going to pound it. We're going to get that nice and even. And our next objective is to soak this overnight. The reason that we soak these is when they're not soaked, the cells on the inside of the tatami won't expand enough to loosen it up. Back in the day, if you're talking about Japan, they used to make armor out of this stuff, but it'd be dried out and then lacquered. So look at tatami armor for kind of cheap armor, Japanese style. We need to soak these so that we have some ability to cut them.